I want to tell you a short story because this is not theory for me. This is something I lived. Back in the 2014 2015 gold bear market, gold stocks were left for dead. No interest, no capital, no hope. That's when Eric Sprott was talking with Craig Hemke about a company almost nobody cared about anymore, Kirkland Lake Gold. At the time, Kirkland wasn't exciting, it wasn't promoted, it wasn't a headline stock. In fact, it was trading around and briefly under $1 depending on where you bought it. That tells you everything about sentiment. Gold stocks were considered uninvestable, and Kirkland was priced like nothing important was happening. But Sprott wasn't looking at sentiment, he was looking at grade, jurisdiction, and what high grade discoveries do to cash flow, specifically what was quietly emerging at Fosterville. The key thing people miss is this: the conversation wasn't about timing a move, it was about recognizing that the story the market believed was already wrong. Back then, buying Kirkland didn't feel smart, it felt uncomfortable. There were no guarantees, no confirmation, no momentum, just a growing disconnect between reality underground and the price on the screen. That's where the money was made. Not when everyone agreed, not when analysts upgraded it, not when the headlines finally caught up, but earlier, when it still felt boring, ignored, and risky. Over the next few years, that disconnect closed violently. Margins exploded, cash flow surged, valuations re-rated, and a stock price like nothing important was happening turned into one of the best performing gold equities in the world. That experience stuck with me because it taught me something permanent. Markets always price the old story. The opportunity appears when that story quietly breaks before the crowd notices. That's why I pay attention when Eric Sprott talks. Not because he predicts tops or bottoms, but because he recognizes when the narrative itself is mispriced. If you haven't watched the first video where I break down what Eric Sprott is saying now, start there. This story only makes sense in sequence. One video explains what he's saying, this one explains why I listen, because I've seen this movie before. And the lesson is always the same. When it feels early, when it feels quiet, when it feels uncomfortable, that's often when the real move is still ahead.